Ever felt like your first impression of someone was completely, utterly wrong? Or maybe that your own pride got in the way of a good thing? Well, let's dive into Jane Austen's masterpiece, Pride and Prejudice, a story that's all about that and so much more. Imagine this. It's early 19th century England, and for the Bennet family, life is a bit of a pressure cooker. With 5 daughters and no sons, their estate is destined to be inherited by a distant male cousin. So, Mrs. Bennet's main mission in life is simple: marry off her daughters to wealthy, well-connected men. It's less about romance and more about survival. The story really kicks off when a rich and charming bachelor, Mr. Bingley, moves into the neighborhood, bringing along his even richer but way more arrogant friend, Mr. Darcy. At a local ball, Bingley is immediately taken with the eldest and sweetest Bennet daughter, Jane. It seems like a perfect match. But Mr. Darcy, he makes a terrible first impression, especially on our fiery, intelligent heroine, Elizabeth Bennet. He dismisses her as tolerable and basically snubs the entire local community. Naturally, Elizabeth's pride is wounded, and she instantly writes him off as the last man on earth she would ever want to be with. This kicks off a brilliant dance of misunderstandings. Elizabeth's prejudice against Darcy is fueled by the charming but deceitful soldier, Mr. Wickham, who tells her a sob story about how Darcy wronged him. Meanwhile, Darcy finds himself unexpectedly drawn to Elizabeth's sharp mind and independent spirit, despite his pride telling him she's beneath him socially. The turning point comes when Darcy, against all his better judgment, proposes to Elizabeth, but he does it in the most insulting way possible, highlighting all the social reasons why he shouldn't be marrying her. Elizabeth, furious, rejects him and confronts him about his role in separating Jane and Bingley and his supposed cruelty to Wickham. This rejection forces Darcy to do some serious self-reflection. He writes Elizabeth a long letter explaining everything. It turns out Wickham is the real villain, and Darcy separated Jane and Bingley because he genuinely believed Jane wasn't that interested. This letter flips Elizabeth's world upside down. She realizes her prejudice has blinded her to the truth, and that her first impressions were completely wrong. After a series of dramatic events, including a scandalous elopement involving her youngest sister Lydia and the wicked Mr. Wickham, Darcy steps in secretly to save the Bennet family's reputation. When Elizabeth finds out about his quiet, generous act, she sees his true, noble character. Both have overcome their initial flaws, his pride and her prejudice. In the end, they finally come together, admitting their love for each other in one of the most satisfying conclusions in literature. So, Pride and Prejudice is more than just a love story. It's a witty and timeless look at society, family, and the danger of judging a book, or a person, by its cover. If you enjoyed this summary, please hit that like button, subscribe for more literary deep dives, and let me know in the comments which classic book you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching.